KSTU one so epiem ofia na yak dream aye Ghana kan kroni democracy Ghana ne yekutemu no bemenso ben na akwakoduro aka to na bro aka be bosome kakra na the Fourth Republic yesan akwa aba e de yomampani ene mrashe bejafie efo eno eho ensem bepiem ewo ha na enwumrei womra ya trans de democracy dwumadie no ye de ebrew ene issues no edoso ye benya daje na yewrem ya domosuko ne aka ho nsem eye ye behwe Airbus scandal ene office of the special prosecutor ehwehwe de aba betudwa echese ye say ye who government official one the whole government official one no or your wine and Semben and the special prosecutor akafa of government official one no eho yɛne nyina eba nsɛm beto dwa ɛsɛn ana manfo afa no na sɛn na wɔka no wokɔ ɛyɛ the National Democratic Congress afema wɔma tuhyire ana sɛ bohyire etu powder guamo so enkunimdie ana aba o mafam ni nyina ne se enei omampani dada John Dramani Mahama ne ho afi eno ho ensem eba ensem beto dwamafo bebre na kire omadwen e ho oko aye the New Patriotic Party afema omode womo etwabi at the board the special prosecutor se na dwuma no wanye ne ye na also nyada gina urura nsem no ye pa ansa no de ne findings na ba beto abonten enei empanyifo bi enso ade omonsam atudwa de omokanyina ne se whatever it is there was conflict of interest which the laws of the nation frown upon ene nyame ya do be wura eye in some of the special prosecutor de beto abonten efa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ho enche ewakutin sama yenra kisi ejaben editudwa edifa the former president ehon enye nonko the finance minister of the Republic of Ghana Dr. Amina Mohammed edi in some ababetudwa and they wakachre anase wapagana fo nyina chew say nei ahochre kese abaye man Ghana mu no because of the domestic debt exchange program and then akofa in seminyina ade about Ghana for enfranchise they say this kasam no ahyase e mani mu so and enche bibia betimi ato ye kama ade aman and the form part of our discussions this morning na yaka ho ensem ewo dwumadie so say they say kana pepe you are behwe the political parties various political parties and our campaigns ahodo omoye na ye de ho ensem enso e de abrel me ankona fe yentie the special prosecutor yenra kisi ejaben omra or yen hwehwemu fa Airbus scandal ebe fori yamampani dada John Dramani Mahama no eho
investigation found no evidence that former President Mahama was involved or played any role in the procurement and maintenance of the agency relationship between Airbus and Foster and its associates in respect of the purchase by the government of Ghana of military transport aircraft from Airbus. And it appears to the OSP that the direct communications and meetings between former President Mahama and officials of Airbus to close the deal were actuated by good intentions on the part of the former president. It also appears that Foster and his associates became involved as intermediaries in the Airbus Ghana deal after the decision by the government of Ghana in preference of the C-295 aircraft. Therefore, it seems that Foster's Airbus intermediary role at the time his brother served as the vice president of Ghana was a case of luckless coincidence that attracted the disapproval of the UK and US authorities. The OSP found no evidence that suggests that the involvement of Foster as an intermediary of Airbus and the direct communications and meetings between former President Mahama and officials of Airbus to close the deal between Airbus and the government of Ghana amounted to any corruption and corruption-related offense in respect of which the OSP has a mandate. Agreements. The OSP investigation.
We a Yenra Kiseja being in Sama or the Tuga, Emra or the findings about the Airbus scandal at the Ebetuga and Neda na or the Sansemi at the Etuga. Watch us a former president Nano Yawoda, former President Mahama, Nehu Efi, enti na the Ohono. Yawa for the former president John Dramani Mahama, Emra Semi Betuga, Yenti or no sun Sama Waka at the Afan.
We in Nana Chairman, we in the NDC do not place ourselves above society. We are humble and honest enough to submit ourselves to investigative bodies if a basis for it arises. Relatedly, I've been out of office for more than 7 years and 7 months. No allegation of wrongdoing has been proven against me, including the baseless Airbus brouhaha that this government No allegations of wrongdoing have been proven against me, including the baseless Airbus brouhaha government attempted to clothe me with. Once again today, I say it's a pleasant feeling to stand vindicated. Nana Chairman.
The former president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, on also in Sama or the Etuga. Edi efa aye Airbus scandal yedi nidin ebe for nei the special prosecutor edi ababontin se papa no enni boni bia simple okoma na chese djumedi a okodi buaye se be ya Ghana insabeka nemum se keta hye ene proye ya enei edi enuti yesi enhwemu emfanfa no ho no papa no emfa no ho na onkodi we ensama eno enso aba abetodwa ene enyumrei afiyenko the finance minister Yenra Adams ensema ode atodwa se enei yemfa achopa kese yemfa emma Ghana for enam se domestic death exchange program won koye eka ho bi ena ho kire chinchinchi aba abeto Ghana for eso yenko nenti Dr. Amin ensemna wode atodwa no ebi
was one of the requirements by the IMF. We started with the domestic debt exchange program. The domestic debt exchange program was a very successful program, achieving 95% participation. And on this note, I would like to appeal to the people of Ghana to forgive us. To forgive us. It is never the intention of any government to impose hardships on its people. More so, the MPP government that has demonstrated that we want to reduce the burden of the Ghanaian people. And I will show why this government has, from the beginning, tried to reduce the burden of the Ghanaian people. That same government cannot impose hardships on the same people. It was a necessary, very important decision at the time that if we avoided it, our economy will not recover such as it has recovered today. The decisions we made and all the support you gave us, the people of Ghana, during the DDEP has contributed largely to the recovery our economy is seeing today. And this is why I want to appeal to you to forgive us. But also to thank you, the people of Ghana, to thank you on behalf of the president for the sacrifices, for the efforts that you all have made in participating in the domestic debt exchange program that saved our economy. And so I thank you very much for that support you gave to the government. Because it was one of the
We
requirements
the
by the
finance
IMF.
minister Dr. Amin Adam Sama ode atudwa se enei womu eda Ghana foase no ma pomo chow se isikasem bebi okoduru ye no na osa na mo mutua na beboa ma isikasem no etimi agina yie na mo mutuye no da Ghana foase se womu ede womu egidi eta womochi na omu ahwe ma nema nyina ko siska no shada asan ahyase a epeja enti enema nyina enso ebekuyi edi ama yeman Ghana na de ewo ho kakran sanse bi beto dwa yenim se yenwura Canada Japan edi nano atumu bi echese kabeya kabebia MPP fo begina sebi omo ebekansem edi akire Ghana force yento ba emfamo mo no nka womo empa Ghana for chow na omo sese omo ka ho bi enene ahokire chenchirenche aba abeto Ghana for eso nti komo pache wansa na chese bibia so etimi akoso. But the question is it necessary for the New Patriotic Party to go and then beg Ghanaians say yesemo yanyeni ye yankani ye kura, in fact yanyeni ye kura nti mumfa nchen na yanyane sanka emwa ye ne sei na ma esikasem ekọ na nimi anase omummo mani nguso na monka se well anamotuo na ne yetuo no ne papa mu ane yetuye enti se wo ho kan ye se wo ho anka ni nyina no ye pega na yie enti aba na sa na chese ya fa no esa we any other issues na enwumre ye betrase na ye di ho enkomo don hwiri mienu a eda ye nimu wo message a fafa 0551 599 933 0551 599 933 wo de ba yen sabeka afia be hwe the political parties some campaign ne ho nkro ne ba sen ena enema ekro campaign kro ya enim say the former president ekopiem wo upper east ede ensam ahodo ekotudwa na wo kan ensam eka de obeye no na wo tibi emane abaya wo teso ene na bedi ekire nei otu franka ede ama the New Patriotic Party na asemba kwa wakaye ye nei eno so yebedom wasuko na yaka ho ensem ene se enei so tiase na oprese Ghana de amamu no ebe hyenensa o se emfaso bia ni ho se enam politician bi nti Ghana ni bi emoja ebeka egu eno enso eyensema yebe eka ho ensem ewo dwumadie so wonam upper east na the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia enso eninam eye in swim na ono so ebontoa kachira manfo de ntia enei ewose etoaba ede emma the New Patriotic Party ono edi anim no be mampanin emwa entoto niema na Ghana entimi emfa ntoma papa bi na wonfa emfra yanko na mema mira Joseph Amwa akwaba abani na mpacho boko de ya de nyame ase pa na me mic no ade na no hello mpacho sakasa na me hwese me my technicians room is most am hwɛ ma me tell madaroma ana net transfer mum na yenhwɛ sɛ ɛbɛboa yɛn a nti yɛne yenwura Joseph Amwa bɛhyase ɛwɔ ha yɛhwɛ anim sɛ yenwura Ishak chebrobe eba be kayensa na yedi dwumadie no sɛde wo sɛ yedi no no na afi yabomodin so na yahwɛ na womo so be kan Professor Smart Sapon ono so eba be kayensa na ono so yene ne adudwuma no sɛde wo sɛ yedi ne pepepepe. Honorable Samuel Yaw Edu saying a former deputy Ashanti Regional Minister and a former deputy minister for Works and Housing ono so eba bitre yentem na afi bibia koyi obeni afi mamsa mo akwa babio aha na se de se bibia boko
onyame adom bibia boko
yede nyame asepa movement for change
and Ghana will rise again
yeni nkomo kakra esiasa wo se yedi nkomo na yehwe se na mana montu na kwa akosuri
okay this week era Alan nama obontoa o kan na niso adigu ekire ebusuafo ne Ghana fo nyina se brenu ndi ebre pa ho a da ben biem ende because afi no bia ko 16 a yɛhu do bia bit my Ghana na ɔno ne gyina ntɛm sisi a Yankopɔn adom ɔde ne nhyehyɛ papa aba saa great transformational plan practical steps towards enterprise economy, building an enterprise economy. The quite a fast one, it must shame you ama or my economy. Now weekend ya na for Ghana Agricultural Workers Union for more year or more program about another hotel. To me invite Ira Alan Chamatin. Now on my India or Hintu, and then you Kumasia and the Koen Yokosi, or into the basin and the Koboni Kido. Now we invite various political parties, we invite MPP, we invite NDC, we invite a movement for change. Now NDC for no buy. But MPP for now, I'm the question and answer. Maybe another question and answer.
So unim dinti awama ana.
Question and answer. Say question and answer time. Yes, I'm about TV. We are on TV now. Okay. If you money more, want me ama. Na if not for kuaye ne kuadwuma ho. Ene ekwa be fa so a ebetimanya mfudia. Enye de ebedie nko a de betimi aba ebetimi enye bidi biesie ne ebetimi aton bi wa manone na ma o man sika se magina na in e benfon ba ko kan se mo se aduane die nipa bia wo ye dia wa wo ne aduane isansa ada e ba wo ne aduane na bidi am ehunu se o te ase enna ada ho be wuo no ada ho ntimi ani aduane ye de aduane be ben a wo ntimi ani na chese nwa eden nti aduane de nya de didi agrokra maramfo bi na se obi ni pe bi yare na obi say wetin didi no so wetin me do so ene no beto no ko bi say wetin didi o say na ma boso for amane
aduane na mamu de ana chese ye mo so for amane
na yo ya bi wu no nti aduane ya de hu hia pa yeti hei enye kra ye ni di kra nye prenu ana prensa na kwata ba ko the idea of my bia nyina so pa na aduane said the basic necessities you need food, clothing and shelter. Enti lanchama attention share fa agriko ho no ohunu se Ghana ha se nsase aye wo no si etimi ahwe nsase ne ye ne etimi dia ye adwuma a baabi a ye bekọ no ene Yakobon kura ye kura ne obeboni zema mai enti yamye ne enko ho no e omusi ye nyuma no bi de nanso ye nyanduru baabi a ye betimi ama agrik no de ye bedie no ebetima aboro so am yetimi aton bim dodo na etima beboa nti oso oba de tie dikan se obehwe se ye betima ye large scale irrigation farms be bia ye betimi abiebie sas eyi mfudie na se mfu akese a na ebi ye friend agro park ye de agro park be ba agro park ne kire se bia ye bie sas bia be se bia be 10 square miles ya kan bom ne ya kichem na we wo ha na obi adua mfidie foforo na ye di mfidie susu aba be support ade na niam a ye dua ne wi a yetimi process na nya longer shelf life because entimi ko ba se we be ntozi fu be se 1 square mile na ye betia wi ne ezi ebi apro bi aka wirem esi etimi make sure se ntozi nyina so ba mfa so entimi ma se ye be dua bro na bi beka na afa ye betwa aguo na aburo no na yin nko dua no nko na yafa efi se so ko ba bi a se nya dua buro ni na se ba na yetwa aburo dua no amu no ho mfa so na buro no a mfa so ni dua na esiwese no ho so mfa so nti ya ma bia enye waste ya no na betimi ama oman no yetimi anya mfa so ewo mfudi a yin no de ko ban se odua aburo wie odua aburo no wie no a no ututu aburo na de aka nyina no ato agu na afa ye hye no wa branka abrodua no yetimi yam etimi de ye enuane ma moa foforo ma omudi na enso ho abamfa so nti agro parks no actually say a comprehensive approach to the agricultural na ye ba ya ye ma waste bia enka afuo no nti no ya de ba ko obehwe na fo behwe se omo ye sa anwuma no so ye beboa wo mu na omotimi aye obi ho ha ye koduru kwa mu na waka se boa wo musikasem a ometima akomanim mfidie omde baya adwuma eniema omde baya adwuma baabi ho a ene sika de do pupupu no nyan de ye commercial farming the tractors ene sa ne ma de ye adwuma ni nyina no esi etim de adwuma afei ye bo man no am so ya san chichim ba bia ne ade a wodi yeye do fa enya de se enema 3 months ne 4 months na aba no de se bro ne ho ne ma no a se wo de call northern sector ho no any wheat nom ne nya wheat bo de kan awio ne atoko nom ne nyina wo de call ho no mo a ho na eye pa enti ye ho no na ene niam aka ne betimi de ho no nyina 5 northern regions no aye the food basket for the entire West Africa. Ni nyina se obebie nwumanum na be na Poalugu water no Poalugu dam no ye be hwe discourse be shem ama atimi abaso na ye no achi no Poalugu nya ba bia na betimi akọ ba bi ho so a nsase soso nanso so omunya nsu a wonde ba ye aduane no enti ho so ye be ye bibi rain harvesting ya cloud seeding be bi nsuo ntimi to no yetimi aye technology aba yetimi nsuo to the nsuo beto ho kra no ma agrek no kra easy ko ade ba chine nsuo na to ndi onema odua nyina no nya fe na akwasi nsuo de aguso ana obe push pump amna pump nsuo agugu ba bia nsuo no mu agu ba bia awota ba bia ti enwuma awo ne betimi akoso ti north one de be no ba middle belt so am fa say bron east ene ahafo ne western north enom no a house be 3 crops production say 3 crops ni bi ne yekoko yi ebi ne cashew ebi ne kube nyina we ka ho ene niam ahodo e ka ho a ye nso yebetumi adua no ho akasiem mu a ye nso yebetumi afa na ye nso yetima process na ye de akọ na ni gise ho mu se niam a ye ka ho asem nyina ebia ne ho a export obekọ in raw form ebia ya anya kura ye be add 60% value addition to it and sana akọ ti ya no betimi ama oman no enya ska bebre se wo ba ba bi ti se uti region no ne ho no so fishing and aquaculture any area ho so se ho no so se voter no da ho ne yin ho so no se ka se fish nko a fish ye kraba kromasi no wo hwe wo mo ye wo mo ewo fish
friends cold stores
akese no a enya fish ya no ngwenye ye gobi kuru ya
wadana wa tilapia
twom se wa tilapia enya dientimi nya ebi ewo hase ene adwene ene kra de adwene catfish abakra na nsen kro ye bi bebre vote so da ho kakraka yebetimi aye nets ya twitwetwem a na obi a bone hye na ye de ya net ho a yebetimi de fish ya gum nsuo no ho eno ansa ofidi o mo fo mu nuane na ewi ayi na ko area ma cold store no so to na ne SS export nso ya export yes ya value ya add value to it say see ebe chi o see ebe den o ebetimi anya longer shelf life ebetimi ayi ni nyina so nti e hofo no so o mu so nya de a o mo be ko bibi e how bi emu afei de e bem say mrantie no a o mo ban se mrantie no sese no si anhwe ya ade a misuro ba si anhwe ya mrantie a wo ba no wo life ya in danger da bia de ade yo ma say computer digital e ya de papa but for how long ade na ye ma ebinum betimi ya physical projects ne ya enso betimi aboa ma life akọ omanim entimi mo awo we I tell you say abrantie bia we university or ya Greek now ya agronomy no we invest na akwa onya land ya all ye na fie na udunu se ye fle bi cloud seeding and I say me can say rain harvesting ensuo no na eto and na ba be go anya eni ji o de be kwa efuo no you believe it and am say ade a esi etime boa ma ye hye mrante na afei ye fle bi operation own your own farm own a farm and farm for life
as a concentration do na our farming so ni mabunu no so
and that you know na make because of a nano program you koye no a gawu no tina make you know ho asem concentration there e bebre because offshore great transformation plan no e cover the bia economy no be bia e wo man e cover be bia
with this great transformation plan and some na wo mu doso
yes
And something the bit true, but how will you convince Ghanaians say mobile implementation will be as you want it to be? A better than Makacha Ghana for say, some year king, a woman ya true book Ghana for naturally a yadia pa. Na akasi be implemented. So what can say will be interested in agriculture and acronym. How will you convince Obi a Sebi? Ya brainwashing as a Sebi the Greek a punishment. Say a ne unku room agriculture.
I say until we plan. When you manifesto, we a plan.
Plan
and plan the one she say. Say any plan say a phone or quayano. Say we ye no buy no obinyano, no buy no obinyano. Say and saying carry the more. Na price no where smith is obinyano no. And yadia or quay farm with you. For instance, you say, so we maize farmer. 1 acre beer obayano. Scar the building, we have 2.5, we have about 2.5, that's 350. 200%.
Okay, 250%. And now Benya.
Scar builder 1 acre beer, we have a profit of 200%, 250%. With this technology, it becomes a bit more than that because why do not conquer that a bruno quaso? But you go beyond a bruno to a broadly and in a bit of the eye.
How long will this materialize? A bit decent because an air can a month for year full, Yakwain and Yenshed CP. Because when you're not between Juma, not all other factors are a bit. How long is it going to be?
It's very comprehensive. Sarah Wokan. A quite near you, I bet my Jumana, a grassy acquires bit my Juma. I never consider and say, and this year, can you know, Ghana sky, what's your quagiano? Yadibe main highways no kuemu. As I see a giant highways no a yet lucrative for tolling, you know. And my private sector no yet sa areas no mojuma. Na yesika kakra yo no. Ye the yes rural roads no. Feeder roads no. So access to the farms no be easier. But that's what I say. It is so kraka. Na se o konkra na so on the top of roads. Na se o ko baby to say a man say west a chire ho baby na on the top of holes mu. It is same thing. You want to Kwabena adwuma so a. And what hand so be ko akwa. And ade okwen so no. 100% assurance say the market is there. The market is there because nyame adum they say kra alanchamate nam so a. Ya link here to the African Continental Free Trade Area. The whole Africa be a person dia de ko bia betim dia ko. You see am say Crawford the tea free Kenya e ba say duty free quota free. E dey na yasu ntim fam ko Kenya on duty free quota free. Decided here. And the about many people say market or big market for the product no. Meko for instance, a idea of very high market across the world. As will be young Mekofuna or young said to surprise you say sika nipa no betimi nya ewo sa meko red pepper no can red pepper no enya asem picture. And it's a nipa no say ade ame yen enya kwa empro and say menya longer shelf life make my process machines no way betimi aye ya link me to another company me near many dey betimi add value to it na me say kam sika obekwa just like say na nanam omko ekoko no.
Okay,
What I say it is sanity and the do be ma any penny age agric section no because agric ni eja chira we are dead baby say ya me ani kopa.
Is it not long overdue? Yentra honye han masane mai
NC say ya the game changer eba. What I say ya tena because say nye nyina na say ya dwen nyina tie ni bow tie. But alanchemate yi share ode ba no enkwa ye exclusive to bow tie and tie for nko. Esa dey expanding was the brighter future for all. Brighter future for all. And you no betimi aboa ma obia wo baby obia gina bia no betimi aye bibia. Ade na wo ye no so betimi abamfa so ama no. Say ya na da bia me can say your school system no academic system yeah but the dream bia ya na too selective. You mo enya first class respect you. Now say me ma chira de da. What I know ni say akrabia no awabon because ye teacher back no or my example be was it busa no akrabi ko interview no ko fa na fe no ko fa say P1 no busa akran say obia ne na yese akran se na yemi no afe no nyina wo so afeli na And I'm saying, and as we Accra 4 years. No, I don't know we behind I mean. What's that? Sir, me no way children and me no yansa. And it sounds sensible. No, Accra when you are okay, it's analytical. And your father. What I say? And you'll be our mind. Except that young selective, you gently penny be watching. But with this, the friends say, a brighter future for all a program is in. And you will be our watching. Obian who here bia or what or my will be a obi or my will be a who here said. If it me a use now what me dia born brana etimia boa.
All right.
And so that is the great transformational plan.
All right.
General agriculture. But you remember.
Good evening, Mr. Lawyer. Once again, this is the 83-year-old Frank of Adabraka, Accra. My message to the youth of Ghana is that if they really want to see the Ghana we all want now, I respectfully urge all the youth, be you for NDC or MPP, vote Dr. Bawumia, whom I have seen. And among all the presidential candidates, he is more advanced to lead us to the Ghana we all want, whether we like it or not. All things show that it is Dr. Bawumia's time, and he will win with 65% hands down. Bet me, and it is bound to happen on the 7th of December 2024. Amen. Well, 83 years. And then somehow. Okay, I don't know. I'm calling my Alaji Shakchi Brubi, and so Akwaba. Are you?
Kewa di asembeba. Amu akadem.
Oh, Alaji.
Kewa di amu akadem.
Akwaba.
Amu akadem.
Na boko de.
Nyami no Bible.
Ye de nyami asi.
A record.
The BCBS and faster than
2024. Journalists are what trendy channel.
Anyway.
Now they are with one day.
Oh, I like the Indian come on. I like the Indian come on. Indian come on. Mate.
Yeah, Minia.
Na Bibi Akoboko. Campaign Bibi Akoma. I'm someone na swam ho.
And you know, 3-prong approach.
I know what you're saying.
I like Mahmoud Bawumia or Eastern region. Who see so whom crowd no. On the the beer. This year I many information is there of Eastern region or Haiti Western. East to West. Amazing guy. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Anyway.
Me akra ma shock.
Why shocked?
Yeah. Honestly speaking.
I don't know why shocked.
Debbie. You don't think that countryman song go kind, no? Was yes, Mahmoud Bawumia de minim so waping. Digital. What you know crowd timo so waping. Nanso so the tactics no. So was that video?
The tactics no dey.
Was it the tactics no? Jai. Ope John Muhammad Samkra. Ubetimi akase Debbie. I mean come chi. I'm yesterday. I'm say hwe ni biem. Yeah, countryman so good.
I see.
What trended rough on that one.
I see.
Yeah. And Mahmoud Bawumia, personally, I am shocked to the bones. Adia air driver no. Me feel say natural.
Nah, a divine.
A supernatural. Oh my kumasi me on veli wo running mate. Hecha we wie. Na you know drew a northeast. And no pa not yes from. I know shit.
I see.
It doesn't matter. Obet me a real program 9 p.m. And up at 6. 5 o'clock, let's hit the ground. Only be the kind. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. I mean, so far, presidential campaigner, you're conducting say that. Presidential campaign in Ghana. Midimania DH from 1992. Ekobane say, many fear me di politics chino. Me who be that? Me who be that?
Will it translate to votes?
Oh,
say don't do what you say we have to be dear.
Me see enthusiasm ko dey yard no. I convince nipa bebre. Say papa no bibi woni he want to prove something. He really want to prove something. And he want to damn critics 110% with his presidency. And that's what I see. Fantastic wife. Fantastic wife. Samira Baumia.
On also the number before.
No tea shaky. No float, you know about Western North. No whole pie. Ah. Oh, he never know. Oh, so the last time you know now on Makwamufie and then your cake. Emma. Campaign MPP a year no 2024. MPP a year campaign at the MPP opposition. Contrary to some people's views on the poster, General Secretary Edia Tuhaman for a debate, and they say, "What we are appointee that you are not touching the base. Yehun, Yenuntino, Yebesre, so obe touch base." I want him may analysis be a war. Honorable Kofi Juma platform be so. Yan something na America because the be purely internal. But
be a strategic.
Yeah. But me yes, analysis ning in area and near things that we have done right. And we have done a lot of things right. As political party in the lead up to election 2024. We've done a lot of things right.
Ghana phone him nisa. Ghana phone him nisa. My nema bibrisa.
I'm talking about this time round. I'm talking about the party itself. The way organizing
okay.
itself.
That's a party structure.
How party now organizing itself in the lead up to
the elections,
2024 elections. It's been amazing.
Okay.
Oh, so Maki Omwa. Oh, say it's been fantastic. And when you meeting commoning in a tail end, and then I'm say, Yanunti appointees. As if say JFK our platform needs to be. You see, our appointees, conduct, and as you say, in SOBia Sheni, said the Beya, the yen a bit me pay. Now, read the moment about me, and then me third show you. Me third show ni. As matter of 4-1 cry, Hanka made
obey.
And come and call. Now me hear the moment about me, and not me traffic, made them to me traffic. It's traffic in ye. It's traffic in ye. Oh, what dear dear say, Obi pe. Obi pe a dear. Na ho dear or di ye jumano. You know, said ye beyan and sabeka a dear no. It shouldn't cry. No more year back when no makwada.
And also interest possibly Ebiana. Most women be na a shake him. Also, grounds na money amount for God.
Made our choices right. The choice of presidential choice of presidential candidate, we took the right decision.
Bibian shake him.
But Potokasem was say you have to be confident but not complacent. The complacency there, I'm going to be enough. And the beer be what me and I say NPP ni be afa. Agbena. Dabi. One more me complacent no. Ye hu. What you say? Ya when ye chiche post in opposition. Ye pe godfathers are a druze ye chiche post na. Omo no omo be hwe na omo de atututu ye. Party General Secretary Bekan, nti we nyame na me kase wato wo so. Oh sir, what you tell we? And December 7 Ghana for be kire we say. What be do there we call? What the president? O presidency no a dear potting now the ya a dance. I was have a beam na dey go for ben now dey ba.
Apart from Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Yeah.
Mwankasa as MPP, are you campaigning the way you expected to? May can't wait because of Dr. Ernest Kwaku. nsɛm a ɔde to dwa sɛ asɛ ɔsono ɛwɔ Asante mantam mu wada munyane no.
Oh, he is my friend. Very, 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 very influential, powerful brain. No two ways about it. Na me sure say watching a Meshiano. Ewo regional campaign launch nasi. On say ye tuashada. Na ohineba na posa ko UK. Otumfo say to be on the 25th anniversary no the London for the koma omo. No person ba. The launch no ochina. Ewo the dome opposite the Lancaster Hotel. 12 and a year time. Me invitation at the mammy no. Meaning say campaign no be pick it up. It's going on, but the momentum no be chassis bra ya launch
after the launch
campaign every na committees ning na yo modjuma. Na me sure say late. It's about 119 or 118 days to the main elections. Meaning say Ashanti is going to pick up, the momentum is going to be big. Na atwa so saa me dia kwakwa kwoto aba no. Na Ashanti so a demonstrate say party no osono no yem honey free. Enti bema ye gusupa
mugusu a mo ye adwuma
na metie menia jo kan jo anache say mama no mama na tie also I'm an branch here. No man a branch here more. You look very young. I mean come fans mini a penny Joe. Because mini a penny no. You know SIS a for.
okay
Na me movement bia o.
so na wo huni omo de move pa
Se bibie move.
ebi a wo na wo ye bom de so mu ye movement pa
Me hu movement bia.
sa
Yeah. And me hu say enu a move enu so kura nyina ho.
ndi we ba wo hu ade no ana wo hu kura anyway
Me hu say move.
anyway
Ana me hu say gyina ho.
okay
If anything at all, the me hu ni say kwa na ekọ na chiri.
samum
Oh yeah. Because every blessed day amanfo a kakra omo picky woman every blessed day they are changing their minds almost is some adwene omo back home
ona osoro no osoro osoro
every blessed day
this is nipa drop estimatedly
figure to so there
estimatedly in terms of say
figure to so because omo akaza dan on nanso ye na nipa bebreka and say bye bye ana me work at so
wona okalaji wona okawaso
nanso ye na na kuku dam bia na omo ebo na chidom no dano anom ka say David papa
omo power
papa bia onam de di wachi a
anyway
enye
me move on after
movement is not moving movement is not standing
still okona chikura we move anyway right enti me hwe OSP yensa from the OSP verdict and as fan say findings out the by
yes
at the former president John Dramani Mahama but men can't chat for say e bono nwotwe a e beka ko fa dwumadie bi so wo televisions but radio there ye beto so na ye di ye dwuma ene de ebeba so wayefo womo dwumadie bia womu die ba no wotwe a TV befa but radio there ye beko so di dwumadie in 20 minutes ye besan aba na TV there no anase the radio there na san ato so TV obani maminti o
kewodi me da sepa de di kan me energy sam say special prosecutor Iraq is here jabbing or didn't hwehwe mu aba betudwa na or the betudwa no the National Democratic Congress, including the presidential candidate, John Mahama, the serial presidential loser.
Meaning because meant Syria, and I say Syria is saying.
So, Olusu 2016.
No, Olusu 2020.
And Olusu 2020.
Say two.
I was the president paying. I was the president paying. In 2 years, I'm saying, I understand Akufo-Addo Olusu twice. Akufo-Addo was never president. John Mahama is unique.
Until this Syria,
Yeah.
You interesting.
Who is also going to lose again? 2024. Watch my lips.
My record that.
Yeah. One also what Jatum say. Afedie state institutions at the womo hwehwem omo yom hwehwem nom de ho nsensanso no beto abonten omo gito eya me desa if you say sa na sese sebi mpreduason amanyoni die sese wusi uma usu no ban esi eye we say na you be pencil ochina be your pencil na wo pencil no o ka che say yemma electoral commissioner rabaso no Charlotte say yemma ne kwan no nya na djuma obedru rabaso no jemen sanso dia anyone MPP for na edakete ba ko so sa subne ban no enye I'm praying say we ebeye esuade e de amawo na ye koye nim no omo akire sa suban we omo yi sa suban we di all the time.
Most also be common because social lot say wo sa na mo so mo ka say omone the National Democratic Congress e kona e krana enti se wo tu omo ne fa o tu krafo no wo tu omo ne so
ze amanyofo
okay you o ka na sade
ebi si ne pencil
okay
the obekan ye ni enim se obi pencil de ba obekan ohun se de nkomo no sitie no enti e me desa enti December 7 way be by December 9 na electoral commission did a verdict abba na wa announce the winner of the presidential elections Alhaj Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na yebehwe so mo betiasi street. We shouldn't expect that. And now say what the beko court na court beka say winning in a so emu oduro yenu nti wonsem no wayere oboto agu hwe yie no ankaka say wo unanimous 7 enti emede say state institution ayade na omo reaction no omo ani age e say twaso na tembia no yes sir. That's my first comment. My second comment in say say the key player na wa missing ani ehwe na ehu no. Say free in a government official one na Yewura John Dramani Mahama no anim say wodwa. He knew. But he was quiet.
He knew.
110% he knew. But he was quiet. No akana no atum. Eyame de say Yewura Kisia Jabi hwehwe mu no. Government official one no. Yewura John Dramani Mahama. Waji atum say ono no ye government official one. Esa yame de say onua oye ni moja enso na intermediary 5 nipa odan temo Airbus no company no any government official one no de odan temo no so eye ni nua eye moja bako me de so omo agi atum say eye wo mo a if we say Martin Amidu ebe born home pay ka car say government official one Yewura John Dramani Mahama or ka say Martin Amidu ye silly enti ye move kakran eno so emede say ya settle on the issue the toso biem ene say eyamede say government official one any intermediary 5 Yewura John Dramani Mahama any India Samuel Mahama and so ajatum say science some na course on judgment na course o UK court any US court no na omo ho bon mu me de so omo ajatum say enokre na etisa na kewodi asam no any say Airbus a company wo ye alupre na amanone womo ewo gidie say there must be fair competition say I can see bi koso a say obia edi enhyehyeye no so na san hyehyeye no mo hunu say Airbus yi womo ni omu compete Boeing ne omo keka ka ho no already a kwan a ofa so a woton ne aeroplane ne say wo bowura ankrankra mu ene aban mu e wa manman so na odi adamudie akoma mpanimfo bi sade beya womu betimi aton aeroplane na womu timi womu ye no betimi aton dodo asam na ne wo na womu pagya asam no pe ana Airbus ya pagya yensa plea of bargain ya pagya yensa mamu go through the full trial ya jitum say ya yam from so and from somebody and from so say womo kwa man so edisika edamudie edikomo man panimfo said ye beya womo betimi anya kwan edi aton mo aeroplane no di ama o what you say ahana sem nijina na sika 4 million euros and na Ghana die na ba ye no 4 million euros and ewomu kewodi check euro said yes yes tono ewo edwaso na o check wi a na wasan o check wi a na wasan a multiply by 4 million euros no hu sika asema ye kan sa sika no omo de fa Spanish company no Yewura Samuel Mahama woshim who said ye enkomo ne sitia
ti ni nyina no ni aka besisen because eba ye OSBC ni hu so boni bi ene no
what you say that is how much is involved yedi kan baby o kan ho na kan pesam di bewie but wo dia be hyemu de ma memfa ho no metoa so Office of Special Prosecutor na juma ne se wodi asem anase na juma ne se wo yan hwehwemu na wo yan hwehwemu ni wie na enyina so wo mu a wodi asem ne be court na court mu di asem
why hwehwemu wie
mo nti why hwehwemu awie a hwehwemu no kra no asem wo ho meba ho if it's a one special prosecutor no wagye atum se enye bibia evidence says so gathering nya de wo timi ne nsatimi kan ni nyina so won san kan ni nyina de a ene na just say inconclusive wanwie
So inconclusive. Why that? I didn't know be concluding mine because say inconclusive. I didn't know be exonerate the former president.
No ni asa no. No ni asa no. Na ya asem no. Eyi obi adwimu na.
Na say court it because say you need enough evidence to proceed. So
governance system.
Also rehwem no apɛ enema betimi abono no ati no dia court.
And you want to be in fan kwa. Branebe state reasons in tia. Won't be in fanko. And the matter is inconclusive. We are now she. Or said to me no. So Obeka se wa clear Yura John Dramani Mahama ana. Minyintum. Na mnyesho se Ghana ni biaji tum. Ghana ni obeja tum no ye the ardent NDC supporter. Yes, Ghana ni biaji nyintum.
To you there.
Dienti atisa ne se adie friends se katasehye ne proye. Obi a obepe president esa dipiem. A crime. What you say? Na dey na papa ono nko a. Papa ono nko a. Tembia ketasehye ne proye ho nkomo na kwa na kokodru na bobo ano pe. John, penefo si yetu ni entu shabreo. Ayakon na ye Ford conflict of interest. And our friend is saying baby David Witter one if I was saying. Baby David Witter one don't worry. And as Emil Short former our friend is saying no
Charge.
And you share more for conflict of interest. Gibril Kanazoe, Burkinabe contractor. Manasi Azura winning echo interview. No. So a pet contract with my Ghana onyabi. And will be catcher and say, Kotneko no Yura John Mahama. Go on in you. Abatum preno. Amansanti ni yo. Enna manase de beto abonten say Jibril Kanazoe ebe hunu Yewura John Dramani afedi wonya contract ni bi. Woni ba bia wo ye adwuma no. Eastern Corridor Road. Owie Yewura John Dramani Mahama ko gina say it's a first class road. Eni busumi nsia na etutu. Eko Shraj Emma yehwe say there be wa anye Ford bia. Ana mebo
Say a clear no.
Conflict of interest. Say your name, you know. There is still conflict of interest situation
in the Airbus.
As someone here can say, yeah, thank you. Airbus issue. No, if you say, unia. And so, Anesika, unia wajisika from Airbus. Most a service, one money or whatever. But yeah, wajisika free Airbus. Unia newo. Yewura John Dramani Mahama. Sika no team be finance your party.
I know you own to me, but what does it mean? Oh yeah.
Kosa na mi busa.
Nti se me nua na onye adwuma na oye no giska. The line drawn between conflict of interest ni we ni.
Ehon na mi ba no mi kire mu bio na obo say adwuma papa na say ensam bebre wo ho. Ghana ye wo kwan ye fa so a ye to ade. Potokase ye friend procurement law. Ana meboa. Ye fa oman procurement law na fa and be kire say former president Mahama, former vice president Mahama assessor were involved in the procurement of the aeroplanes. Yanko fam ran meto. Ono ne lawyers on pa mama kire yen. Say Emrano section say article say whatever say HSA see a procure aeroplane for the military or role to play.
Nti the ewa abontia. Let's about
yes.
Yes.
Musa say only roller. When and man the authority to get involved. Mind you, there has been an email correspondence between John Mahama and Airbus. Yera Martin, let me see. Amidou, say, as I said, or no, not dreaming, as I said, David Witter, Shraj, are you interested in conflict of interest situation? Because any union involved. That's one angle. The second angle, you say, it's a say, or minor proceed. And now say, Attorney General and Minister of Justice, are you interested in, say, obenya evidence? No. You rakisia jabin, no. Because yet me pick even the email correspondence, exactly what is contained in the email correspondence. The case can dramatically change.
Okay.
Finally, and they say, me a lawyer, but me say a crime one. And in a way, there's no limitation. Intiminian more Moses.
Okay.
There be ye bet me a room. Etinya konya evidence piano.
Sorry.
You bet me a trigger.
All right.
But
that's it. Mr. Ma, yeah, yeah, OSP no findings about. About goes home. What's that home?
Or conflict of interest. But at the end of the conflict of interest, a family and friend governance, and I'm away in a baby. Because Mikai said, now your mama are now looking for other can so on the bar on run family and friends government.
Mepacho men kan che say ya de ni chim Kessben television yakofa YE4 program na be san about 20 minutes time na ya beto so Mr. Man
It turned out to be say family and friend government no na kufa do be run here. At the point the cry na ono an finance minister amanfo nyina kan so because he is my cousin. Ontimi nsake no. And I say a lot of a year and a transaction advisors, a lot of loans. I Abibu free. What I say now, no. Going forward, must we entertain that again? And nothing else here, the government here, Obama meritocracy. Those who merit, now more fast. As it me Brenners. Tell Martin. So share the book you more great transformation plan or and near me with Messi Sani Menin. What does it? The first is also a bar or best to be a friend, a second chamber on far a council of state in Noah. Asante council of state in Noah. Omo Gigi Umwa the Fakwemzu SLA2 Omokwana Omsakoshe President Nasino. Uncle Family. Na a moment. You better say second chamber, and you say one aircraft na okuyi. But the bay year free areas be to say a faith-based organizations, traditional authority, professional bodies, artisanal association, gender-based organization, private sector, labor unions, academia, the diaspora, and the people with disabilities.
Some okay way no. There were a lot of bodies they take charge of all these things. Charge of honor, nay OSP ababeka hon. Your other bodies of honor. Sa bodies in now and to me just saying another chamber to do that.
When we second chamber, I'm not able to
President of
what do you say? Now there are now friends Council of State, so Shemupa would him say, yeah, not only need leverage with the presidents. The president is too powerful. So we say no bathroom, different places now. Omo bars, independent people with independent mind. This organizations omo independent of themselves. And our mobile. And we no bet me a bois to President Nufo. A far even a basse, you pick it and be to say constitutional bodies, no. You pick it independent constitutional bodies, ya point to Mukrano. betimi anya impact and as betimi eso de omo adwene aba ye no boa ema nipa no yi omu no in the first place gidie ba oman ni nyina mu se sa nkrofo we die wo mu nya president ni nipa na an nkrofo ana ni party ma o ti ase it is o ka asem a e ba sa de a omu betie obi hwamra ana as me fan se yeyi electoral commissioner na se afa sa process na ya pick electoral commissioner obia ogidi onu se tibia no obetimi the first impression always the first impression always the last impression. The first impression will be that this man or woman can execute his job without any
because of the second chamber no and advice ama yakofa sankrofo
very independent.
How independent would they be? Because
they can be independent because, for instance, on academia, now Baby as part of the second chamber. So we won't even go we want to be in Panama. What I say. So we call Melva as a Christian Council, and I say Pentecostal, you know, I say Nipa Bakumra. Ya own our workers win and pay. What I say. And the young now bet me a moment by a very strong independent minded people. You know, Boama as Mujaba my Wisimo. Because same the air in Yano. Dear only chinito. Yeah, quite we need to plan well. The airquay chino maybe the maybe and the history must guide us to the future. Because the airquay now they are now quite a deep panua umohon as umoye president no enkrofo and an hunipa. Nemo is had the influence. A bit more man sanity abemama emwaju. To be a warrior maybe what they verdict to be bad. And if I'm be so with good faith. That's how we run a government. That's how we run a nation. We lead a nation. Till you can have leadership, somebody who can lead us to beneficial permanence.
But what we are saying, the NHS say that second chairman will have a greater responsibility. Say, yeah, my never be able to me akuya. Most of them will depend on them.
And they say president, no, well, executive president. One knows the see how to see as a sub they can't go. So my fans say. Ukodi to fin out of no nyana so ba se so bia na obi aweda what ya say o kan nde sabrema ni kumti bi so obi ana e pe won na so obi ada ya nyina aweda the president no the executive president too powerful and nothing na Obama ba o kan say we need to build strong institutions but not strong men no because we seem to have so many strong men the system say the institutions are not working now get me transfer house man because things are changing and we need to change ourselves. We need strong institutions here. Ombetimia ya juma ama omanetima ko mani. Okwa abreche ma, omo musro mrapa ye, omo leadership positions. So be to say a minister be now across what the paper across the red light. It means you are that. We be wetimia ye but not a minister and not a leader be because when the says what the path, the right path.
So without the second chamber, can't we do it? Say second chamber number. Now you strengthen your laws.
For the past 16 years, 32 years. I think I am. At the end of 32 years, yeah. It should tell you, say, at the end of saying, so I say, I draw say, phone, we would have found Timothy. Not 32 years, then we had the 4 days of Utipa. Would him say, a draw. It 32 years, you have to say, so power be brebe my president. It's not working. Maybe an abuse of power, not dozen. Friends, family and friends, you know, and for one of the let me use the friends. You know, so much so say, be pian kozo kroma. We be to be ban of a president. We be free to free Jubilee House. Yes, when you say, I know more. What I say, I do cross with free Jubilee House. Obi share atade copper camouflage atade bi ase oba no man instruction enti ebetimi ato so saa o man we say am o man akonim obi timi kodru ba bi na okọ minister bi wa na okọ be say presidency ye say mama enu han minister no huni wa say bi ana wo ye If cross on the president,
Why don't we change the constitution in mom now and revise the constitution to cater for all these things?
Amongst the governance structure and Alan Shamatin, some of these things didn't a year near my betting your constitution entire constitution a bit master and near maybe more. A bit to me at me as a by a bit my queen. Sana watch it. Yes, be an entire constitution because I won't think entire constitution in Anya. But certain areas be a while. You bet to me and you bet me amended. Na yet me queen. Na say bet now we am now we be a bar and thou bet many more didn't no one obey did it. Why more man in Conan. Alright. You know, and now all can answer me. You're not tina. I'm not signing a course in our course. Who's will be a what, sir? Check and balances we are. Could bet me at now for pen. No, I say, we a official one, we didn't, one, intermediary way. Intermediary is somewhere, of course, we go for oil, and then to me, boom, what could have been snake in our hand. Certain things are going on in Pierre. Intermediary is room.
Anyway, better say Mr. Joseph Amwa. I'm calling honorable Professor Smasapon so but honorable Samuel Yao Edu say and so honorable Akwaba na boko de. But be Mike no kakra ma me. Prof.
Yeah.
Prof Akwaba.
Yes, sir.
Na boko de. Isi ache. Mame ko hamra na wo be wie ho no mame. On me nhwe the exoneration of the former president by the Office of the Special Prosecutor, Airbus no ho ensensem and I can say by motushiri etu powder edegum ho say mampani hu so corruption for be entumi emfa entagle mamintie your views about what has transpired after the former president.
Well, dedi kan mamintia etiefo say atwefo so o mani ni o maso nyina wo Kessben TV ha ene FM. Na many say mabeshia my old friend Mr. Moa.
Okay.
Because we started from here quite
long time ago.
This is so it's good to see him back here. Bye, well, I'm say Airbus scandal. No say bye ache. Now me know this is how I see it. Two ways. But I couldn't say MPP for no percent of commodity propaganda. Omodibi propaganda no mujabi. Now the only say they just wanted to know say the government official one is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
And no normal pay.
And no normal pay.
Okay.
As for exoneration part in the income.
Okay.
Now I say normal free say naming him as government official one no ebe tarnishing no cry be we no. But unfortunately no exoneration no akata no so. Nti sa agenda alpha. It is so share omo communicator na Miracle Sabwaji. Immediately the really came out say NNG say and he satisfied say you see government official one His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. But I don't think say a new thing because it's something that they've said it over and over again. It's the essence of ruling nearby na the money boa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say edinu de na bon ye moye but na enem from so be say government official one or no. But was he involved in any corrupt practices? So
I don't know also because time I hear Matamidu Babonte Beka say government official one now or refer to no. Obedina tem.
Yeah, ebu phone mun man cancer because a kwanya on offer so actually muno enti the man di na tem. Say previous send your president now kwese say bibi na ode okoye. You understand? And that is where it goes annoyed. Now say we obey on can be.
Say exoneration about the
captain. Yes, exoneration in buy. See aboni din say government official one because amatami do buy no one can say bia say ni and when sinipi. But we do buy we sinipi am obi an say nipa no boni din no nya de a ne ho ba asem wo san asem ayekeke ho. The only thing is no vice president and na man buy na ye nyina ye adwuma wa ban mu to da bi ba be si so they say a obey ho adwuma but nya de a wo ho be wum. Eti no de na wo mu an say ebeba bontin say onya de a ofa kwatikwa bi se ebia so ne obi edi kita ho se ebehwe ne aboma no kro no eno na ba betodwa enti memom de me free say sa political agenda na nanka ye nuanom de ba na nya de afa ti echina em say me say me nua wo su bempa o say echina o
so Matthias Monte so
so Matthias Monte so na dia wo wie dia because sa political yi na buy no mo na wo madwum say eba ebe ya adwuma no enya dia e fae because see am man wo mu no enam say the economy no ya nipa ko akọ ahoyehia no na agenda political agenda no to da wo be use atie obia ebedu bebi na it has live out ne purpose ni na ekọ so dem tell na say now it living the purpose eti what can Airbus with the air campaign 2016 with the air campaign 2020 so on them three ama obia ate na is akodu bebi ade ye twan ti de be twan say ye be ka so omuni na say be a ebetimi ato Ghana for team amount but it didn't meet its purpose finally no me free say the bia na assembly dano na akwakoto enya de a ne hu ewo saa ensema na ebeba say oka ho why say me hwehwemu a special prosecutor no antimi amfa ni NCP say bia we he was involved in this corrupt practices or that.
I see evidence. There's no much evidence. Obetimi ejina so na odi akase say and I say. And no ejina so akase well. So that if that is the case,
court na do asem kotu onu ma na judge no kan nsem a evidence egu nanim no odi kasa. What they mention say enti no say special prosecutor no okọ mu ko hwehwe mu no de egu nanim no eno ne de eye enough e wo nanim. So they say, "Don't mean say or enough." The only thing you can say you don't have enough because they own it. It will hear more the one say, "Papa no nya dia ne ho bon and also call fa kwati kwan so bi koye katasi ni sa corrupt bia no." It is exoneration. I think say it's essentially John Dramani Mahama reaction no. It hasn't been new because he knew say no nya dia or didn't hold baby am
na come about because it looks as if this time about boy no twice knows wejina a platform so. Akase he feels so happy because he has na musuru na osuru ana na no so se bibi betimi abuabo na na se bibi sa
na osuru obi a wi wakoma musumo man na se me prayer san obi di udin yes sir we have been in government before when I was deputy regional minister and maybe we were be a big camp from I wasn't involved but sina afidi obi hu say o na won kan one it gives you some kind of and they are we you all works in housing and maybe we better say akwe but you are not involved. So on the mission, he's a human being. The fact that or former president just only nipa. It is a uboni dinka sembia. Sembi president say be oti kra. So uboni dinka say one obi akudi nkomo akra na obebusa say nkomo be na me nipa ni die. It is the fact say special prosecutor the aba no abeboni din say fine. On a government official one. But on who bibia o ye ya eyeboni. E was deal nim. It yet me ka say he says say John Doma your former president no. Obey vice president no na ma o 2 ye. Obi na obetimi akasa. Enu to ono tene saa wo say ema no ohwahwa ne ho say sebi producer say ni nua na damfo bi kura hunu no obisan say ade ebo din na mani nye ho a afraid enipa no bo ne din bi mu a enya de a obi antimi mu ne din bi mu eti saa ohwahwa no ne man ka say is happy say afraid saa ne man ba to anya say bia no twen say obi be ni bibia na say no because he knows he hasn't done anything say the me tell so all the ayi beto me say me ye adwuma asante we na say me ye adwuma we housing because the ayi bi I mean nye bibia me mfa on the mention. So he was not worried. But the thing is that at the able did the talk at the soa. Now Obiba, the mass special prosecutor, no question, no who said special prosecutor, so seven brothers always, and ran it in the cotton now. No question, name who said, on come one. Also, now, ma, family, friends, your children, everybody, wife,
But so we now have remember Prof say twice, and I'm if I say institutional seemingly na munijidi wumu exonerate people from your party. One was the Supreme Court, and a friend saying Court of Appeal. Yeah, and a ambulance case a free ho ema yinra ato forcing or fan holding. Then the office of the special prosecutor. Now can we say mwenye GD ewo sa aye body sa nei omohwema se bi pepepe anyway ekoso ewo yemaimu.
So can say ni GDO.
More sometimes some of the things you say about internet mechanism.
Well, I think say about some predators am rasemo e dey adwuma ene anamo etua. Some predators anyu obi an binya ibiam GD. Si am no ka say e chena ana Monday wo court na court say o mo vacation. Say court o tena say no mo ye a year. Say judgment ba o mo ho no obi an bitime nyam GD. So that one of the major was say. You know, at a point in time, depending on the outcome of case na or court no, and will be able to pass any comment on it. But I don't know what the constitution has established any idea a prevail. But what is the matter? Since you say, Emre beauty say will be can say be our Kasama NDC, and I say or occupy position be NDC mo. Now be a court abma or ruling or a particular case no sin any new he is entitled to say the new but and don't say court to not the normal kind of ubeti about ube so you go through the process but what you saying say what he say bimu apasi comment at a point in time say we buy special prosecutor dey buy and crofobia so any nye the special prosecutor account some crofon na so many business no or special prosecutor ya so definitely onya ni nyina mo bia anwen epe echina ebimu so on press conference no matter si abontin because the special prosecutor no no they have every right to do that and the also free so special prosecutor na ya so we also have every right to do what we are doing it's only free say once the constitution and the law has established that institution no matter what o the babontin ebimu de beje ho
ebimu enjo mamra prof na memuso no so independent opinion my party for no member prof support na me musano
unfortunately Minya Umar Yakubu I don't know why he wants to push me into the political arena as I know see you know Ghana ni bia asabio mo fidi kese na fidi ahodo aka be ma na ho akonya se won kire na adwen bia
o kire na adwen
o ho akonya se o kire na adwen bia should respect each other's opinion me asemu a me kan on this matter me repeat what fidi kese you say sebi o man Ghana senka ehwehwemu bi ko bai say yen mampenini and the very high office of the vice president involved in bribery and I would have bowed my head down in shame. Kameferi, kebe mi ngwan kebe mi tan. Inti media mi denya mi say a report has come exonerating that high office. You see, you may dislike President Mahama, but the office. So
baby na was sheno.
The office
and the personality.
Absolutely,
yes.
We must try to protect
the office.
Inti personally, my view was that be happy about any report, including coming from whoever, that will seek to keep the sanctity of the office of the vice president. And I say, the person, if you like, the person of President Mahama, I do. Now, me how they say, as a student of law, and near me and say, be OSP, I am seeking
clarification
from people who may know beyond me. Me first a year, now me seeking clarification. They say, Emrana members of parliament, Shema, a prosecutorial now say, it will go ahead to make pronouncements or even clear.
That is the first one.
That's my first concern. Then I stand to be corrected because make us say I'm only a student of law, I'm not a lawyer. Emrano so abami ye nyina ya kan. Nanka prosecutor there, o hwehwe nsem no no ahwe nyina so. Wo nyina so no whether it carries a weight to be able to go to court or you don't think it carries a weight to go to court. You would want to na me propose say Bianca findings no nyina echi no. Anka his conclusion should have been say based on the evidence before me no. From my office I think we should discontinue this case. It is exoneration no the purview for me of a court properly constituted to acquit and discharge.
See, but the choice of words carry weight.
Because me as a statistician, I can present findings and I can draw conclusions. I asked the research reports nearby. Many are unable to draw conclusions. When says any way now we not the any ABS will need the capacity to draw conclusions. But check my reports. I can put conclusion and there is a statement of authority. All right? We'll check it, mention out the after all the long story. That statement you put down there, who need capacity to put this statement. And the unia no pay me kasa na no pay Captain Koda. Wa unia Koda no bisame interview. Na I'm the regional elections ni mu ho and I researched. I was like professor. Who she kromu she Kumasi Ashanti region ha bibia nkyere say wuntimi betimi. Now do professor no way here to
line.
What's a specific statement
conclusion
saying, how? And I was like, senior, I have been trained as a researcher to do the right thing. Me writing area. Me as a chartered statistician, I have the authority and I certify people's data for them. Both foreign and local. If you know more year data, 16,000, 600,000, millions. They say, can you certify whether this data is of quality? So a statement that you put there, no, it comes from somebody with a capacity.
Okay.
And I think a prosecutorial office there, and you can still draw conclusions, but your conclusions would be whether you would go ahead to court or you would discontinue the case. It was just a friendly advice, and that they know better, they can maybe correct me if I'm wrong. That was my first concern. Senior, my second concern was that in law, and I'm still speaking like as a student of law who I don't know much, we are told, say, conclusions that we seek to draw, no, they must rely on, apart from the evidence before us, decided cases gives you
examples,
a good insight into the case. This particular case has been decided over already in US, and then they were more beheading. And I like the court for protecting the identities of the people in it because a bribe, so they knew behind a mouth, the camera is yes. When the case has been decided and you make a statement in the on one statement, no, you say, but I fail to rely on this one, blah, 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 due to the fact that it was only alleged. But in the statement that he himself read, he made the statement like he failed to rely on it, like he ignored it. And I was feeling, as a student of law, they teach us not to disregard ratio decidendi, previously decided
matters,
case of similar nature. And so he, in his report, says he disregard. I did those arguments as a student of law. And my third point was that, is he becoming fatigued of the court? Because Sebio, or the bar na mobile assembly to so I was thinking, say, is this his mindset? And I have questions to and concerns to I think he should address. But ultimately, I was happy that the office, that high office, has been exonerated. That was my first concern. My second concern was that, in fact, my first part of the position on the matter, my second part of the position on the matter is that, senior, Asemno, yebu now out of 5 countries now, Airbus, and you has that issue, no, bribery issue, no. Airbus are countries in Numni to say, commercially, I induced the process.
5 countries now, not Ghana.
Okay. Indonesia was count 1, Taiwan was count 2, Malaysia was count 3, Sri Lanka was count 4, and Ghana was count 5. Before those courts that were properly constituted, there were admissions that same occurred. Emma Oman disturbed the court in the match because the court was going to move on to the criminal proceedings, and they went to beg. Plea bargain.
Plea bargain.
They admitted, say, oh, you're not Ghana didra, you're not Sri Lanka didra. In fact, they do baby no. A businessman, we had to oil the hands of some people so that we get business done. Yeah, too. Court so now and change some bebre now yeah. Almost trying to short mouth. So they went into plea bargain. The court accepted their plea. Senior, and the court fined Airbus the biggest ever fine a corporate body would ever receive. $3.9 billion. All right? And that is the enormity, that is the magnitude of the case we are talking about. Ghana chefa and what bribes or mutuate to a now £5 million. Government official 1 has been exonerated.
Intermediary
4
5
intermediary 4 has been
5.
Intermediary 5 has been exonerated. We thank God. OSP, what then is the state of the issue? Is it that Ghana did not receive any bribe, or there are people who received a bribe and not government official 1 or intermediary 5? Metiasie, if government official 1 did not receive, thank God. Metiasie, if intermediary 5 did not receive. But it will be a strange situation. And then I'm going to no be a GSC.
Not just say any day. I'm so much is come Ghana.
Absolutely.
Into one G.
Is the special prosecutor not interested? You get it. for me, there can't be any academic discussion of the issue than this.
Okay.
Aminia Umar Yakubu, hey, I have very good friends in NDC, fantastic people. Me, I sure say, make us say, lawyer Abbas Nuruddin is listening to me. I'm not doing any off-course discussion. If anybody,
You are speaking to the facts, yeah, to the issue.
Very different from mine.
Very, very different from yours.
Umar say, I then do in case he be by some time ago, no. One is a major discussion on law. Now, President Muhammad, dear by President Muhammad, say, be any master Makaimu. At least, if President Muhammad didn't cry with more, me, deep in my heart, I am happy. What's that? Maybe I could pay that high office. You good and you
Office na can be yeah.
Personally, the person and the office of the vice president are a body to exonerate it. Me okay, but the question doesn't end there. The question is that still a court of competent jurisdiction says £5 million was exchanged by people who entered into those discussions on behalf of Ghana. Niodema ese wajiatum. Court nebu ase obj.
Akadi oje. Anyway,
Manu see what advice our demand and so. Me worried about that advice. That advice na OSP man say, senior, una ye penny wa Kessben ha. Enyesa. And wafa o defense minister, and wafa o finance minister, and that your commercial transaction be koso. The advice OSP is giving is that aya mum penny for no mumasa advice no. Say negotiation ne koso. Don't break into that negotiation and go and sort of say if the new say well west and home baba negotiation no then did you hear that advice in the OSP's report?
Yeah.
Enti mestre ene ya exonerated the vice president. I mean the then former president Mahama has been exonerated. But the advice is still valid. Not to no need the no. And who knows?
Any yastic,
A police commander, me move behind you. Small boys cross street say omunko shesa cars ne licenses be okay. Nyan to boss say omuba back to the house. Who dey won bia no? Unsa be kan na me wa. Na say omu ye road check na fe commander also.
On
That's on your boys in
anyway, thank you very much, Professor Smart Sapon. I see.
Airbus email correspondence between woman and John Hammond.
You. Good evening, sir. It's only a humble soul that apologizes. So the apology by the finance minister should be accepted by all, but not like JDM, who said he's a dead good. I'm Solomon Bimbila. And Oduwe Abraying and Enyumri. KOD say good evening. Please ask Movement for Change, man. Alan Chamachin, during Kufuor's time, there was presidential initiatives on cassava in Canada. He couldn't handle it. He chopped the money. They should give us a break. He was Trade and Industry Minister for 7 years, and nothing even his own hometown, Buankra Inland Port, from Frank Ejesu. Nana Kumia Boating Ablekuma Central and Odiwe Abreke. Dr. Bomia is breaking the 8. Good evening, host. This Alan man, Mpacho Bonidi, should give us a break. He should rather tell his leader to quickly join the MPP and stop wasting our ears. Anyway, in regards to Obatampa, Honorable Nanama Dokuye Siama Echei, parliamentary candidate for Kaikwe North constituency, Nanekwe Mwabuating Ablekuma Central, and Oduwe Abre. Lawrence Bwachi, Etafra Obuche Wasenia Sorry and Kwanta, and also Edibia Brain Enyumrei. Na the Lawrence Bwachi Kenyina and say. Kayode, good evening to you and to all your panel members. The work of the special prosecutor in respect of the Airbus bribery scandal is shoddy and thoughtless. Greetings to Pastor Paul Boache Ansa, and also Adrian and no. We say Alaji Shak Brobe is my man of the moment. Please, can I get his number? Hey. A wonderful and fantastic one. Abraham Wagner.
A good
Are they? Are they? Are they?
Hey, Professor.
Anyway, we see. Hi, good evening. Bamia can tour the whole nation a day. Prices of goods are very expensive. CITAC have been on strike for 2 months. MPP government is owing youth in afforestation, NAPCO trainees 9 months. But the communication team always defend the party. After December 7th, the party will start blaming themselves. One for Udin Amma. Na also there Odi Ebaye no. Akenteng ewo akodie ewo ahafo region sems. Please, where are these interventions coming from? Mr. Allen was state minister for 14 years. He did not bring these interventions to support the MPP. It is not possible. It is empty. We are Akenteng from Akodie ewo ahafo region. Loisi lawyer, good evening. If Nanado says Ghanaians have to celebrate all the big six, not only Kwame Nkrumah, and he's totally right, lawyer, please listen to this proverbs. In Penisi, say yakosini osini bi na yebo nidin wumua enye yia na okay. In Penisi say yeko senior or senior. No. Professor, ni NDC for the I assume that be almost true. You said the Omuchro no. The brofo natural. The brofo chro the better yakai. All right. Or say Professor ni NDC for the nya chung nkwa na nakojo electrician. You so abenasi and the way a braying. All right. Me anko second round na afi yenhwe. This time I'm just free and rabo yawo edu ahona yenhwe. Now the finance minister Babonting adi a chopper. We within just 5 minutes. Let's finish with this one. Now yenhwe say enei Sagana kwa hima is because of the domestic debt exchange program. And ama ene Ghana for akwa him. Na Ghana for mfa omoboni enchomo. Na anyesa so a nke bia nke economy no entimi ensori ennum pempenso ya yedri eka ho wom se omaka ohiem wom fa nchomo na aboa emanemat mamenti o comment honorable
the kind name say prof
Sapon
yeah, because I'm Martin Diba the first time
okay
yeah on air as I know you was talking about the judicial president but I mean if you say OSP no adwuma no I mean, if the Attorney General thinks a Juma,
I saw any
obit me,
I pick it up. Yeah.
Or no, Nejuman say, Obi the Kodai office, say, sir, as soon we him, until only him, we and what the other two. So, be a ye one kind on Tiasia, but on the materials with me at Waso Ediaco. Now, a finance minister apology, I think, say, misplaced because. The OD or how Ghana for how this hardship or the Bagana for Sona over patch was same previous and more call and we hear Mamma Majuma say, 7 previous, if you so a Lusu Majuma, one the machine. I say, Nasa apology no, at the Ajumani Bebro Moana says, 7 previous at the word film no, as I did the banquem. Say, or can say DEP no, a domestic debt exchange program no. And I could find here about how did that come? It became a conditioning precedent. Because economy no ekodru maybe sene na ye ka no ekosro no na ye hunu sene besia so ano around 2022 ohwa na ye inflation kura December 2022 inflation was about 54%. Debt to GDP ratio was about 92%. Sisi ameno ka say debt no na 742 billion Ghana cedis. Domestic debt quite 290 billion. Enti no aban no hwe kwan a ofa so abo man ho bra 7 previous akwa atwe no ena eba say wo say omoko IMF ya aban na etwa mo ansa na omoba no ko bi a omo so omunti bi da aban bi a wototo ne ma ye nya bia obetimi akọ IMF no afi de kodrum bi a na je say omuni anu ye bi a say omeko IMF
say two deadly shocks we are say uja ring we na obi abo deadly blows mienu amma knockout mienu ena mom dezi omoko IMF
deadly shocks any debt management no and this wa bem ye de nema mienu bi to dwa ye de nema mienu bi to kwan mu the free back stabilization fund and the free back sinking fund I'm saying, Minister of Finance, Oka said they have to reactivate sinking fund. Sinking fund ni sika bi a wodwa to baby se be a se oka no kosoro na eso ano. Stabilization fund nso ye sika we to baby se be a atoriente bi a wani na so no beto a obetimi asom. Enti no ye no ye the capital so ye kase capa che se ye ma wakwanya se obetimi ayi sika free sa fund nim but ntimi nyi below 300 million Ghana dollars. Na COVID ni bae no ebe to dwa na se Minister of Finance ye no hwe enyi na se also lower cap no 200 million. Sebi ombetime $200 million every so no mde akoso COVID na no. Stabilization fund no beto ede no me fa. Sinking fund na sesi on person reactivity no. Immediately they came to power 2017. Them say $100 million in them. They abandoned it. Eno nyina aka ho na escalate your debt na akoso no. So ye ma on my se bua I also drink konkan because if we are saying in economics we have something that we say all things can never be equal in this world. See all tiwa office say bibia si ne beye no enye sa na ni na betimi ede akosa enti wo ye something that we call economic forecasting enti wo hwe wo spending kwan abefa so a wo be ehwe wo sikasem enti de kofa ema IMF de ibnya bae fiscal vulnerability sa ye komu no na che say akwese expenditure no ene ye revenue mobilization no akwatwe enti na ema yintimi enkeka ye ho ye in terms of managing our debt sinking fund is one never say difference so no so ma to atwene tina say omo ye nhwe nyi this omo kwa IMF di omo kwa IMF no IMF say omo nye some
debt
restructuring so that say kwa omo befa so akai de no omo be hihye ho nyema say Kenya for so omo kwa ho hia but omo they didn't choose the DEP what the measure say na we know yes omo de omo be domestic debt exchange program na che say omo aye investments e wo bonds mu no bia extra bonds no ni corporate bonds ni other bonds no maye no ye be hwe kwan ye be fa so any on be ka maturity rate no any coupon rate
were there other ways I go bet me aya ka enkofasa problem imba possibly this was the best option na wo ma.
Well the main mechanic say why do you wait to get to where you have no choice. Anything or train man could do be only choice. Enti aban a wo si so a wo bo ho bra no say okwa hwehia na afedi omamufu a wo so omo hen ha omo no a my investments no omo na no be negotiation say kwa benya omo hen high. I mean that is a failed government I must say because the economic management failed. So want me out to 200 million and that is why he's coming to apologize. But apologize and suffice enkusifwe. So that's it does not
my pouch wa
sana e boni pouch wa senke insisa ban ma ban ba wo. Oh ye do minor amount 8 years ebo ho bra. Now the £1 to 20 Ghana cedis, $1 to 16 almost 16 Ghana cedis. Uwe abeka chen sem pacho sem din kodu. Is that what you told us? Omo ba ben mu omo ye press Dr. Baumianam campuses anu oye na no. Your friends say lectures no. Okay bibi say do maybe oba pacho. Omo kobo obusia anase omo use ye 25 billion Ghana cedis. The collapse bank an ye bo mo kaisa de be high no. Omo pacho. Omo pe si amu wie ya ankrofobia hwe omo ko manya adwuma nyina say no are they going to bring them back? So that's it. Etino ye the money ma say bo ho bra sa a chopper DDP niema omo ye nyina no. Look at how the debt is escalating. As I speak to you still now no external debt restructuring ye suspended interest on to bilateral creditors in say still existence. So that's it. Ni nyina ko parliament na say Minister of Finance ko parliament say okay, I was 742 billion Ghana cedis. That's our total debt. On by 122 billion. 122 billion Ghana cedis. It uti free more. We are hovering about 620 billion Ghana cedis. And on my queue. So you have no excuse to tell me say, baby, I could do no. Yes, I'm Ghana for more fan chain. Why na me madumana say no better than why am me.
Anyway.
So be a work school. Semi previous a work school in pounds. Now we see this na dey be chine cost row. What boss aka no be chairman na bende. So that's it. You know, that apology is unfounded. We gave them the country to manage. So they should be voted out.
Thank you very much. Alaji Shak.
Kewodi.
Alaji.
Interesting. Kewodi. Enipa omo a commended finance minister, Dr. Amin Adam. Edosopa. As a matter of fact, we are talking about ardent critics of this government.
I commend them.
Yes. I'll give you one example. Imani, African president, Franklin Kujo. He is of the view, says Enko Bantem. Pennyfor say, Ano Brebre, Emma Bato. Before say, we introduce a topic we ran. Na obi send a text message. Or the finance minister na mo 2 years so. Obia wotie me. Ashanti, Ghana and beyond. Abra finance minister Eddie media review no a core parliament no. One hwe ye nipa kro be kasa me. Mafutuo ana asema me kan yempo. Ana finance minister FIA afedie. Wodi ni mudro akokota echi. Me say media review no na yasida. Media review no wodi kire say sa atuhu ache ene aforebo a nipa no mu bi ene institutions bi edu omho bo afore mra oman na sikasem ekwa hihia mu no ontoto omo ase na oba be kire say sa anamontuo no nso so no ehun nso papa nso ehede eyi ni ho.
Was it not a case?
Eyi no ho no.
It wasn't a case.
Eyi no ho no. Media review no budget no say the din kire say enokre enya dia meme be use so meme media budget review yi na media sesa baabia mo tu ho ache no ade papa efiri mu ba no eba be free ho enti we a okọ ye no wan fa tax foforo bia ama eto foforo bia ama ebiem wan san kwaji sika foforo se election year wo san ye kwaji sika foforo no aba babeti e wo election year. Keep the fiscals no calm, respect nipa wo mo sacrifice ye mra ahohihiem no bai na me dia me extending na enye Ghana ngwa na me extended the call me sorry me the call euro bond holders. Me de call your bilateral creditors, including our friends in Paris Club. Anyone more maka. Yes, it is true. And that is exactly the Papanuko ya communicate here. But let me state a couple of facts. The banking sector cleanup, no. A man for say who collapse banks. My view is that he actually saved collapsed banks.
That was the only way I'm not going to be their savior.
Maybe. Nice conversation. Give us 1 hour. Let's talk about it.
I don't have that type.
83 microfinance institutions. Egu ye Rajon Dramani Mahama pencil. Almost shema ni guye.
But you could have done better. Momo buy no come to me
you. Shema ni guye no. Eniema miensa e mu duo na be happen here. Womo mo djuma no abo womo. Womo no mo ye djuma wo mu abo womo. Amanfo anom do msika koto enso so omo ahwere wo msika. What did na koso odi game? God is love. Just a motos. Na nko mo nyom msika nko mbekekam. Nko mo nkam. Please. Me so I'm making command. You don't have to distract me. Okay? Now, this cleanup, Ghana Commercial Bank, picky 2 banks with almost assets. Capital Bank and then Capital Bank and another one. UT. And UT. Purchase and assumption transactions. And to UT branches be brewa one more employees no me day automatic come foul. And we create offend saying consolidated bank Ghana. SRD absorb 5 additional banks. Let acquire 2 SRK can. Ya no formula ni say o save jobs no mu bi. Ti enkomani yo. But Dankwa Kufuado media me feel say we president and yemu ye. Different from Europe, John Mahama microfinance institutions no one sika share na share. Sir, nipa 4.6 million a mo deposit what these banks ni na safe. See this no ebema wo mo, but let me tell you, there are statistics here. Over 10 billion and the now banks I receive pain with the hope say be say na so. But what you gonna say? I don't go for to say, you are John Dramani Mama 10+ billion liquidity support on the ground. Yes, I was Bank of Ghana and share the supervision. Banks and one so and share says kind of management is we. Now, yet, for a man for tax no. I'll be our being a juma. Now, me, or no tea or friend say, Jackassium. Nisika, she, aban esa akọ man be at the kotaso no I don't say any media no mo be ma banks no a wo mo absorb wo no na yem fan save wo mo enkom sika be hye no yenye den no
was it punishment for those now the leaders of the bank because omono ne ohwa Kofi Amoabemo ekasa a friend saying Dr. Indio mu ekasa, was it to punish them and I say what was it?
There were email correspondences within these banks and na say Ramwabene what friend is saying GN Bank no etietiamu. As a matter of fact, people go into me. No, the Ghana's for sika deposit. No, atam or the Aqua American. This is the situation. We must find time for the whole discussion on the banking. But say ya me no say. Banks na say year 23 universal banks no. One more assets total a year 274 billion Ghana cedis. Say ya me no say. Yes. Compared to 2016, and a clean up on the Mayano, 78 billion. In a matter of about
7 years.
7 years, that be clean up on the chassis somewhere 2018. What do you say? So it's a matter of about 5.5 years to 6 years, no. Banking sector assets are moving from around 78 billion Ghana cedis. And now banks are near 33. Universal banks no. And yet now I'm year 23 no. Bank assets a year 274 billion. If say Dankwa Akufo-Addo, any governor of central bank, when we take bad decisions and Kayenya Sansu always say.
All right, thank you. For want of time. But that's it. My remember Mr. Joseph Amono.
We can.
Even yadaji na room. Opening maminti also on that same score. The apology no.
Say otimenya go do apologize ya mfi say nka na the best way na say omonko
wa be pacho no so who say ka say and obeka say end this NPP because former president so as what na say who say nyama
omunyina nko ma papa mra tinya so omunyina nko no because sha wontime mfa nipa nko such a situation now mba be kan je say mpamocho. When people have died, ebinum attranketi omo aspirations because of this particular thing. Atiba attranketi ebinum aspirations in their lives. Ebi wa permanent. Ebi wa disabled is been disabled. Wa ebinum nya stroke, ebinum tatem me pamcho. The betimi aye betimi compensate you kakra and so now this is telling all Ghana for more my say.
Mr. Mama to us
we have to vote them out.
Because the money inti omonko.
Exactly.
In free honum. Possibly be an almost one name, papa be almost revive. Because that's what the president said. Say we can bring him back. But when the economy collapses,
COVID in my boss. Is that what they are saying? And Ukraine war. And now because Ukraine, about a week ago, one bomb nipa 3 and then nipa 14. Ukraine ekumo mu kohwe omu omu GDP na kohwe omu omu exchange rate ni other macroeconomic environment kohwe yakwa honom yakwa na agufu adko okọ series ka so okọ series ka na no ya onko series ka obi a bontuo no a wo wuo no wo wondro okọ series ka what is it yan recklessness over a period now I create all these problems am I what is it that we see we said that for see na say ye boso no ya moso ye nua na edigu mu ni nyina problem na mframa fa dia na so bepa it is recklessness na dia do be ado kokoko atin a deputy minister former deputy minister of finance o akasem ya ka da bia me pa I will quote him was it COVID and the Russian Ukraine war are not the sole causes, but reckless public expenditure and economic mismanagement, a pervasive culture of overspending and lack of fiscal discipline. And our creates our problems in America. I know what the two I will say. We have the laws and we set up institutions that should help us deal with this. But no amount of legislation, no amount of institutional arrangement can stop people determined to destroy themselves. We're determined to go to where we are. That's why we are where we are. We won't promise any in can romantic. When you're bossing 742 million MPP from Kwadium 83%. 742 billion. Because
what kind of finance is that?
Sir, before 2016, now I can say 122. 122 billion.
How much was that in dollar terms?
Dollar le gu bon fa de gu an krem no go dia.
That's how everybody is supposed to be worse.
Me say.
Somebody is supposed to be
say o kwa go tua, de gu an krem no fa go tua. Enya isi dia am
better. He borrowed 21 billion.
And then,
what are you talking about?
And then now more borrow 620 billion, become 742. Out of that, 742 no. Mudi omete 3%.
Why do?
MPP 83%. Omoka on over the years.
It's a very terrible
uncommensurate. It does not commensurate. It does not commensurate the development of Muslim.
Finance are air time power and
so on the own goes on here. It does not commensurate development of Muslim. And practically, so some of us say other businesses, you can seek a loan from outside. So the Bible so Bible na say ukotua sika no a enye sika no ade ba ha usidi no a sika oba adwuma usidi na abesesa e dey akotua is akwaje 100,000 na say month bi asitua 5,000 na say sidi no 10 cedis ya enye 50,000 akwakotua eduru 15 cedis enye 150,000 akwakotua ana so we can say dollar no eguman grum tim ko say akotua edi ya ka won tia se no nya say dollar yakwaja yedi dollar okroma wakwaja no abesesa na okwa akotua ni with the city kwa akotua yan calculate at in dollar na 742 billion. Is it not true? Finance minister no have can say yaboka 742 billion cedis. You know have can yen e can shina no na say wo die 620 billion e can ene wo sesa no busika na amge niam amode aye no ma kire me ehwe say if you commensurate kanu busia na amabo no that's why we are talking about
to you the mismanaging because kanu mkoje yen no mo
recklessness and total mismanagement anya na kwati finance minister was
and so cumulatively aban aba jina
cumulative na momo de 83% and am the figures are there.
Anyway,
83%.
Into the crack.
The
crack na kan
say me ra and then me call Mampontiria ho dan fa na. E kwa na omuzo ma ye no. Obi ba we ko hwem ka no. Ye nya kura. What time be ho a? Bre yi gata be ho a. Ko 4 time ye de da ho.
And that's da ho.
En future nam so a wo mun nam ditu o say ye Mampontiria kwa. We go say go for man up go to club.
That's it. Thank you very much. Remember, Prof. Wana Minti on also. Medasi, thank you, Mr. Moa. Medasi.
Prof. Yeah, opening. Me offer a DC no kase a na ekano bebre no mudia no mecheche me. In fact, say me who flyer say authentic flyer there. Them say why IEA say BB. Say they are planning a debate somewhere in October. Yes. The reason why I me pesa debate and they say yet high we can only pretend to be ostriches. Share ababi any on mobile Ghana wabokase one fan yeshi yama Ghana or the B a ye BB de boa Ghana abayani nyina.
Anye bia
So jabanyo democratic government o Omubenya bibi di achese ya say di aboa the Republic of Ghana in our time. Sanso na enye Catholic Bishops Conference intino. Enye General Assembly of the President enye asofu oku intino. Senior, you will find traits or evidence of
corruption,
mismanagement
and corruption.
There's a Ghana at the end there, yama.
I want to make concern. I don't know the bia na ase a dos a sododo. What is the problem?
So that's it. And you know, I can pardon, and even me of a crime, I mean to mean pardon this, because I mean, it's just an MPP transformed into
Afafranto.
In fact, no, baby, I don't tell you.
There be any also be alcohol.
Just a transformed that yeah can. So 4 years yeah, or how ya be ya you can was himself and Miami of a chief Alan were all part. In fact, when you pull out,
also on you so as example be
I don't know whether those who talk can only belong to two groups. Ghana ha mo kasa no sabi onti NDC ni MPP nko
and the Ghana there be
me hokra one fan ka topic no anka me will advise the my parties nketen no sabi obi mesiesie ni party
o samu apa no ya man
the party vechi so friend NDC obi nsiesie ni dem for so no bata on friend MPP na omomo ba no and I say this because your friends easy for say about 9 independence candidates in Kwanaba. Maybe your research be na meka o afidie so. Meka obi akrom. You say he who wants to adie no, so odi be betre. Quality begins at home. Charity quality. Charity begins at home. Meka obi akrom. Sa 9 no, say yisi for wie no mu close the bar. I'll go and see your impact on that small village of yours. Odi be gina ho dia be kasa obetimi abe. Sie also dey coward. Net their structure call a proper party. Also, serious business. We will talk about that later. But the American say, Omudi BB, one. You be have achievements. It me myself 600 billion. No. But then there is another aspect of mismanagement that happens in all. I don't want to give examples, but NDC are buying MPP are buying. When we talk about mismanagement. You be church more across from it say we dey mismanagement.
What's not even fair?
Obi church more mismanagement is part.
Oh, me pacho. Alaji me pacho. Mama doctor prof kind of.
And there is another aspect I beka on this particular one. And it me see eba for time in your world economic crisis. Crunch. Eba Ebola ye. You see, what happens at one end of the world
affects the other.
Somehow affects you. Into me COVID in free mu. But for Nema Miensa, our challenge, we are here because of Nema Miensa. One, the almighty mismanagement. Number 2, COVID, we free mu. And then number 3, Sabio, Kenya COVID and mismanagement. So but apology as me ada to ya kai wo ho. Ni ama me ni ho asemoka. I don't share the position of me offer say bia it means something. Yeah, the only reason why I don't share his position of, maybe a chop and into Dr. Amin Adama or Pacho. Senke ye finance minister for Yata ne Pacho, and I'll be very angry. It's in the coming into me. Oh, it's true. Anyway, me can't with that's no. When Doctor when finance minister Furiata was on, you see, said you started first 4 years, people felt, oh, why are they? When you started second 4 years, and near money for say senior, you need na UK baby. I'm not a finance minister. Prime minister. Okay, first one, not a finance minister. Ghana need not a finance and a prime.
Like finance minister.
No, finance minister. Chancellor. No, a finance minister. Also not the question. Ye need her. And no buy it. One year he tried all the knowledge he had in him. 1 month and for 2 months and for 3 months and for by the 6th month he bowed out peacefully. Now the year 1, Ghana say you senior for that. Now by year 2, it do baby cry. It took members of parliament not on the opposition side. Let's take note. On the government side,
on one party for
senior. Bema beye biwa me ni nyina fato ho. Obampani se momra ahemfie. Moko ahemfie se yesre mo. Moma me up to say. Ni nyina mesena ntwam. Enti me de I am indifferent about the apology. Minyaya anka yenje ntum but say be jatman individuals obi but senka eye oforiata pa na nka bia
oh yes apology
ko empenifo kra say ko no wan kwa aju ani so na de coconut ho san enanka by this time pan ko oforiata ba be catch obi say sorry senior
Kaya se bepa. Right, yeah, wrap up hana yen sorry so. Na Mr. Mama, me shall say for free. Mr. Mama, me shall say for free. Me shall say for free. Na no bia kwa no bia kwa. Mr. Mama, some na me control program you. Wadaroma. At least sa we need the former me.
Oya penini yes.
Penini ka say we are nsuas.
Someone do me too. Mom too someone.
Well, they are can hear you now. Try to manage it here. So idea see if you do one thing at the same time, you get same results.
Yeah.
We need to change. As yes, Sunday because the Macron one yeah, and all because of the duopoly. Almighty duopoly at TSV. The answers are 2 parties in here and a new face. Now a new structure ama. You bet me there government of national unity. Ya picky in the phone is been painful you more more. Womo bet me I can't bob near to my ear. See I never come. Because what happens is that on says we are bonnet now we are some new now. We are quite idea yakra and I say well, you know better about one. You are my power. I
didn't want to say, I didn't know we are in ways where you be pen can be a jumbo.
Oh, and your mommy and your uncle. Maybe I draw your mommy and your uncle. No more what if you don't go to your Mr.
Mokan, so because I was wishing maybe now quiet.
I can say, Sebi, because I want to say,
okay.
What else? Your mommy and your uncle. Near Phalange, Matimbra. Na omra yen share. It will be very important because on my yen idea na make can be as say oko to by if you elect a thief, a liar or an imposter. You are not just a victim but an accomplice.
Thank you.
This is very important.
Let us see. Prof. I'm so monka so today. Prof me too.
Say my section to me.
Na my dream chere wo yesi asem no ho ana me kan ne say. Mestre especially one more independent for no me nka say memo bi emeso na ho den hwe. But yenyini democracy, we should grow the democracy we say we will do. Political party, yeah, a friend political party, an organization, different groups of people, but common ideology. Number one element that makes a political party a structure that can win an election, and then number 2, govern. Sa ankurankure issue no MYA nyina enti mesre ni pankron no omso mu be independent and afie elections. I have a very good advice for them. And yes, I'm going to go on an expose at the not expose that's quite negative, but we are going to, I don't mean expose because maybe I know be very good grounds to contest, but we will dig, we will research under them. Now me who say ufri ebia bontefo and I say aha osu person be money in happening. The reason why I cannot say so for NDC and MPP in say they are following the definition, classical definition of the political party. Into Uko Bontefo down to a ward
representative
there, representing the party. Mo amuni sa structure ni bino. Also demonstrate your ability to govern by how you have governed your little village, your little community. Mechanic constituency be na kwa kakra do. Just your community. And yes, idea they should take the next 4 years and they should spare us that long list. 12 political parties now register Ghana. 9 independent candidates on person omuba. O they say na afi na ina kwa ten senya agenda. Na nya yidia munye serious.
All right.
Use the next 4 years to put up some structure. Organize yourself. Come back again, we'll take you serious. Instead of going to Brahabebome ward to create or polling station to create a structure, the mask then one is that how you prepare political party? They missed the definition of a political party, and they shouldn't come and spoil the likes of those who have properly taken time. It takes time to organize a political party. Take time no my mudia no muguso yama na yefe no na mo de tintin na ye ba ko ballot kwa na bi omukura konya number 1 number 3 say o re ato ama no a unhunu na akoye inu tantan.
All right, thank you very much Alaji.
Kewodi
Finally
right why should
I'm control time eko
Kewodi
Alaji.
Enema bia missing on my Ghana a development paradigm for a very long time. Na ye no ye se ye behwe na ye hunu ewiase ba bia ye wo na kadia ewuremu a ye no ena bemboama yetimi atumpon. Yes, any be a steam engine near colonial rule. Yes, any be a tosumino na a energy near fighting for independence. Yes, any be a tosumiansa na ye computers na ye coup d'etat. Yes, any be a tosunine a technology, infotech, artificial intelligence, robotics, digitalization. Say, oh my Ghana, a person ye fit into a nibia a toso nine the 4th industrial revolution. A bit me a pager o mino, Kessben pa. Ye bet drive ye sectors nina. Whether is finance, whether is agriculture, whether is industry, whether is energy, any other sector of the economy, you better driving with knowledge and technology. Presidential candidates no more you more ni more omu banina. Opia ni wa fitted the bill to be the 4th industrial revolution president than Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And that is why this time round, enyadia o my Ghana for ebeyem from so akofa analog John Mahama, akofa analog Alan Chermatin, and now say any other analog na yebe focus on the digital president, you know, na afe yetimitimi edi apeja na baby wiase say no ado Dankwa Kufu ado dia shem STEM education what is sika wuram what is sika wura what friend is saying TVET education mu na nsa no dwuma ene saa niema no se yen betimi aye niema no ene ukwa afie ko bia adwuma die technology ankwala no e dey solve problems bebe na Ghana at least yen lose out na 78 billion what friend is saying dollar economy no yentimi modian yempejam the entire world 102 trillion dollars.
Thank you.
American kwa wo quota.
Thank you.
25 trillion. China wo 18.6 trillion.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Na yeso wo modian see baby.
Mameko na mene honorable. Honorable.
Yeah, KOD.
You have the final say.
The American say apology to Free Minister of Finance or by no. HSA enyadia omatimi admission to the fact say ya mwa yentimi anya adwuma no entimu fanche. That is the end. Asem ni nyina no no adwuma na mode man say oman mu no yentimi anye entimu fanche. And such ayiwe no enye say 7 period ansa one on plan na o yiri bi na wona asema ba na akopa na chewo oman ene ye de hye on sasebu ene wan hunu so na ehye nu che say duru ho a ye to aba se de man no hunu so a ye yiwa firi ho 7 December ye san ba beto aba biem na de bedu 7 December na afi na be ka che say mo de 11 ba krofo ka obi aka ye nyade a omutie ye wa ya amana ba bedu san pepenso ya okobo busia yesi edi gu bank se musi enfangu bank ba yesi musa se UT bank a wonkyere me ba bi wo Unibank we eje akwan bank na friend say pa kwesi ndiom de okọ jomama so ba omo ano no the bank na we the physically the banks are not there etino you can explain it to betimi atobo asia akire mu se ne yesiti bia da bia masema me catch political parties including my party is say before 7 December you have every right to make any statement to do whatever you can even sack people. But on 7 December, that is the day of accountability. The way no na Ghana for kohwe near the ato abama. Amanye di ma MPP aban na nado na kwaku for ne ba omia aban yesi wo mu man no oman hunu so. Edrum na wo se ekọ ne ekwakoto ababiem na ehwe ekwan oman ne betimi afo aso akoyanim. Sa ampanifo ye di man ma oman hunu so yi. Eni se esan to abama omu biem ema omu benya ze break the 8 asen am okan. Omesa benya akwanya biem ebu oman. If say samre ya me no ka say wo hwe economy se ne asia ye nyina enwo tutu bia ni ho aye papa. Enu ti na Minister of Education edi eba betu dwa no. Sinking fund ya se me amekan ye on ba ye omu twam. Nansi ya wo ka say we will reactivate sinking fund. It means that admit say enyema bi betu aye bo omu ka ye say omu hwe no omu so anu omu anye na enu ne kodu bebeso ya sa ne pa acho de ane ke du mrebi no ko bia tri pa acho 2008 honorable Patricia Peje mayor ewo Kumase a ba say ye to aba e ko second round I see apam taxi drivers ko pacho mi na mitu musa amra ni nyina anya adwuma. Okay, it is that time you know a mine e ma 8 years abedu samri aka 4 months 3 months ni ato aba no ni afi na ade acho pa be say yes ye de ni person ko mo fanche e do 7 December na Ghana fo nyina nko adwum ni ento aba ntia.
Thank you very much. Honorable Samuel do say a former Deputy Ashanti Regional Minister and former Deputy Minister for Works and Housing, which is the National Democratic Congress. Medasi Alayi Shak Chibrubi, a strategic communicator at the New Patriotic Party, and also Utininka. Sansuna, Mr. Joseph Amwa, senior member Movement for Change, and also Utiha, and happy Professor Smart Sapon, Director Research, Innovation, and then Development at the Kumasi Technical University, Utininka. Mamemfa in Chasronko, Enko Emma Ora. Henry Edu Jemfi, aka DC. Oh, yeah, friends to Honorable Enoch Nyakon, German North Constituency.